Okay, hi everyone, welcome back, and in this update we are going to check out Ethereum Classic's price chart, and the picture in here is complicated but at the same time maybe a bit more bullish still than the other altcoins. Why is that? Pay attention to this low. This happened on May 19th about 2 a.m. Now let's go on some other charts. For example, let's check out Hedera's one. Where is it? There we go. As you can see, in Hedera, we absolutely took the lows in this phase on the downside. But in Ethereum Classic, we definitely didn't do that. Also, in VeChain, we are having pretty much the same deal. We recently got a move down and took all the lows in here. So to me, this says maybe in ETC, we are still able to be optimistic and say this is a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Followed by a consolidation pattern, and hopefully soon we are going to get yet another move up in order to take the highest high about $20. But why did I say at the beginning of the video that the picture in here is complicated? You see, if you remember, in the previous ETC update, we were actually right in here, and I was saying I really do not want to see another move down, because at that point I might be able to say, you know what, this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, which is not a good sign. And usually whenever you are able to find an impulse down, that means it might be the beginning of a new move on the downside. So what happened? Unfortunately, we went down, and this is exactly the thing that makes the picture a bit complicated. And I want to be very clear, it's not all bad news. You see, I am absolutely able to find, starting from this point, a WXY in form of a double zigzag in here, which, by the way, one very important characteristic of a double zigzag is what? Being quite a deep move down. So you see, there is still a good chance in here that we are looking optimistic and the low is already in. But that doesn't mean that right now we should be 100% bullish. No, I think we need to take everything step by step, and in the short term, there is a very solid argument to be made for this move up being in form of a 5 wave, indicating once more this is the beginning of a move on the upside. Now, after a 5 wave up, we are going to have a correction structure down, and this is, in my opinion, what we are getting right now. Most likely this is either a WXY or maybe an ABC, and maybe a likely target for it is going to be right around this region. But after this is over, I'm expecting yet another move on the upside, and that is unfortunately irrelevant. Why? Because it doesn't really solve anything for me. What I want to see is this. Sure, we want to see another move up, but then after it, if we are bullish and the low is already in, we want to have a correction structure into this wave 4 and yet another move on the upside into wave 5. If I see this, I'm going to be bullish with much more confidence in ETC, and you are not going to see me saying this is a long opportunity. No. Why? The reason is very clear. What happens after a 5 wave up? You know what? We are going to have, even if we are bullish, a correction structure on the downside, and then assuming that we are able to identify all the right subwaves, fair enough, this can be a great buy and also long opportunity for us. So in Ethereum Classic, you can be optimistic, do not get me wrong, but it's a bit too soon to jump into that kind of bullish conclusion. For now, let's take everything step by step and focus on the next move up and see where are we going to go from there. And I hope I explained everything well and you understood what is going on in ETC's chart. And until the next update, I hope you have a wonderful time. Goodbye.